Hello. Welcome. Now, let's guide you on an exciting journey through Japan today. We're starting with the amazing things about Japan. Top 10 tourist spots that surprised foreign travelers. In this video, we will introduce the places that surprised foreign tourists visiting Japan. We'll present a ranking of tourist spots that made them say, "Wait, there's a place like this?" And this is beyond my imagination. Let's take a look together at the scenery of Japan that moves the heart, which has become a topic of conversation through social media and travel reviews. Of course, Japan has famous tourist spots like Mount Fuji and Kyoto, but there are also many places that are surprisingly unknown yet have captured the hearts of foreign travelers. They are moved by Japan's nature, traditions, art, and cutting-edge technology, and they share their experiences on their own social media. Among them, there are spots that make us exclaim, "Is that place really popular?" in surprise. For example, the samurai residence in Kakinadate, which has been described as like slipping back into the Edo period, or the park in Nara, where people are amazed and say, "I can't believe deer and humans coexist so naturally." And then there are places like the Blue Pond and the Team Lab Digital Art Museum, which have sparked conversations with questions like, is there really such a fantastical place? Truly, there are countless places where you can experience Japan with all 5 senses, and above all, the 10 spots introduced in this video are all based on the real voices of foreign tourists who have actually visited them. Comments like "I was moved," "I almost cried," and "the beauty couldn't be conveyed through photos alone." I hope you all can experience the charm of Japan that they felt from the heart today. You, watching this video, are sure to have new discoveries like, "Oh, I've been here," or "I didn't know about this, but I want to go." Perhaps the place you always visit is actually a treasure of Japan that is attracting a lot of attention from around the world. So this time, we will present tourist spots that surprised overseas travelers in a ranking format. Beautiful nature, deep history, unique cultural experiences, each one is a special place. Now, how many do you know? And which one are you most eager to visit? Please enjoy until the end. Now, let's quickly announce the ranking starting from number 10. Here is the introduction to the amazing aspects of Japan, the top 10 tourist destinations that surprised foreign travelers, starting with number 10. Kicking off this prestigious list is the samurai residence in Kakinadate, Akita Prefecture. It feels like I've time-traveled back to the Edo period. This is a phrase that foreign travelers who have actually visited Kakinadate all say in unison. Indeed, Kakinadate is also known as the Little Kyoto of Michinoku, and the town still retains the atmosphere of the era when samurai lived there. Why are you so surprised? The reason is that Kakinadate is not just a tourist destination, but a living historical town where people still live today. Walking down the street lined with cobblestone paths, black painted fences, and impressive gatehouses, you feel as if you've stepped into a scene from a period drama. This is an encounter with the real and profound history of Japan that you can't easily experience in any other country. In the experiences shared by foreign tourists who actually visited, there are many heartfelt voices, such as, "I was deeply moved by the tranquility that is not commercial at all. I couldn't find it in the guidebook, but I'm really glad I came. And the scent of the wooden buildings and the light filtering through the shade were truly beautiful." Moreover, the charm of Kakinadate is undoubtedly the changes of the 4 seasons. In spring, the weeping cherry blossoms bloom magnificently along the samurai residence street, covering the heads of passers-by with pink petals. This cherry blossom is known as one of Japan's 3 major cherry blossom spots, and for photography-loving foreign travelers, it is truly a dreamlike location. In autumn, the trees surrounding the estate turn vibrant colors, creating a fantastical world where red and golden leaves dance. Travelers who visited during this season commented, "The combination of the autumn leaves and the samurai residence felt like a scene from a movie." Within the samurai residence, there are actually houses that can be toured, allowing visitors to experience the lifestyle and furnishings of the samurai from that era. The English brochures and guides are also well prepared, so even international visitors can feel at ease while touring. Additionally, the entire town is compactly organized, making it a pleasant point that you can explore on foot. Along the way, there are local cafes and sweet shops where you can enjoy traditional Japanese sweets like sakura, mochi and anmitsu while leisurely strolling through the town. Kakinadate is not just a historical spot, it is a place where you can experience Edo life through all 5 senses. For tourists visiting from abroad, it has become a very precious travel destination, where they can truly feel the beauty of Japan's wa and enjoy its soothing tranquility. This is the timeless charm of Japan. It's no surprise that Kakinadate ranked 10th. Now, let's move on to the 9th spot. I'm sure the surprises will continue. The chosen one is Nashima, the island of art in Kagawa Prefecture. The reason this island surprised international travelers is that they couldn't believe that world-class contemporary art is gathered in such a small island. Nashima is not just a tourist destination, it is an experiential art space where nature, art, and architecture come together as one. Many foreign tourists who have actually visited Nashima share on social media the famous Red Pumpkin, a work by Yayoi Kusama, which sits prominently at the island's gateway, Miyinura Port. Its unique and impactful appearance causes many people to stop in their tracks and take commemorative photos. Many people have expressed surprise and excitement, saying, "I didn't know there was such modern and colorful art in Japan." And the Chichu Art Museum, which is synonymous with Nashima, was designed by the world-renowned architect Tadao Ando, offering a unique experience where you can view the artworks using only natural light. Inside the museum, you can find works such as Monet's Water Lilies and pieces by Walter de Maria and James Turrell. Works by world-renowned masters are on display, with comments such as "Even someone like me, who is not knowledgeable about art, was moved in the fusion of tranquility and the artworks brought me to tears being shared." On Nashima, which can be described as an artistic canvas in its entirety, art is scattered throughout the ordinary streets. In the house project that revitalizes traditional houses, vacant homes are transformed into artistic spaces by artists. Just walking around the town gives you the feeling of being on an art tour. Among foreign tourists, there are quite a few repeat visitors who say, "I came to this island specifically for the art." A mysterious space where the tranquility of a small island coexists with world-class art. That gap captivates many people. Additionally, the island's restaurants and cafes are attractive, featuring menus that utilize local ingredients and interiors that evoke art, making every corner photogenic. It can truly be said to be an ideal tourist destination for the SNS generation. So, in 9th place, we have Kagawa's Nashima, where the collaboration of art and nature is appealing. Let's move on to 8th place. The next place we will introduce may be familiar to Japanese people. However, many foreign tourists have expressed their surprise, saying it was more amazing than they imagined. That is the ancient city of Nara, where people coexist with deer. The reason Nara made the ranking is simply because the streets where deer and humans naturally coexist are rarely seen overseas. When you walk through Nara Park, you can see deer leisurely spending time everywhere, and they even come close to tourists. This is an irresistible experience, especially for travelers who love animals. When we share the voices of actual visitors, they say the deer walk freely, but it was beyond my imagination. It's too cute. When they bow and beg for deer crackers, interacting with the deer was so soothing. It was a very peaceful experience, and many people are finding healing through their interactions with the deer. And of course, the charm of Nara is not just about the deer. The depth of history as an ancient capital is one of the points that moves you. For example, the Great Buddha Hall of Todaiji, famous as one of the largest wooden structures in the world, is so overwhelming in scale that some foreigners say they were left speechless. The grandeur of the Great Buddha, the beauty of the architecture, and the serene atmosphere flowing through it. This is a place where you can truly experience Japan's spirituality. In spring, cherry blossoms bloom, and in autumn, the leaves change color, adding beautiful landscapes throughout the seasons. It has received high praise as a city where you can experience both nature and culture at once. Nara is not as commercialized as Kyoto, and one of its highlights is the ability to savor the essence of Japan in a calm atmosphere. As more and more foreigners travel to Nara, seeking those special moments of leisurely walking, interacting with deer, feeling the history, and enjoying the beautiful scenery. And so, in 8th place is the ancient capital of Nara, where nature, history, and animals come together to provide healing. The journey of Japan that surprised foreigners continues, so please look forward to it. Next, we will introduce the spot that ranked 7th, that is, Miyajima and Itsukushima Shrine in Hiroshima Prefecture. When overseas tourists visit this place, the first thing they often say is this really floating in the sea? And it feels like I've entered a world of mythology. Indeed, the sight of the great torii of Itsukushima Shrine standing in the sea is a breathtaking view that takes anyone's breath away. The reason this shrine has such a profound impact on foreign travelers is that the landscape, where nature and sacred architecture are united, is incredibly mysterious. Especially when visiting during high tide, the vermilion torii gate appears to float on the sea, and its reflection on the water's surface looks just like a painting. Visitors from abroad have shared their impressions, saying things like, "I was moved by the tranquility and sacredness. I felt Japan's spiritual side for the first time, and there was a beauty that couldn't be captured in photos. It touched my heart." Furthermore, the charm of Miyajima is not limited to that. The entire island is rich in nature, and the sight of deer roaming freely, and the view of the Seto Inland Sea from the top of the mountain is simply breathtaking. By using the ropeway, you can reach the summit of Mount Meisen, and the panoramic view from there is truly spectacular. There are quite a few travelers who have said, "This is the first trip that has made my heart feel so calm." Also, the appeal of the food is abundant. When it comes to Miyajima specialties, mamaji monju is famous, but in recent years, new variations like fried mamaji and those filled with fresh cream have been gaining popularity. Additionally, the experience of grilling and eating Hiroshima's famous oysters on the spot is also very popular, with voices expressing excitement, like, "I can't believe I can taste the flavors of the Japanese sea so directly." It is a perfect tourist destination that encompasses food, culture, and nature all in one. So, in 7th place, we have Miyajima and Itsukushima Shrine, where you can feel the fusion of Japan's spirituality and nature. Now, moving on to the 6th place in the rankings, we have a hotspot where the future and art come together, that is, Team Lab Planets in Tokyo. The reason it overwhelmed foreign tourists is that it was simply a new sensory art space that they had never experienced before. This is not a museum. It was an experience where the body itself was enveloped in art. Words cannot explain it. It's a place where comments like "it's like a trip to another world" overflow on social media. That is Team Lab Planets. The biggest charm of Team Lab Planets is the concept of not just seeing art, but experiencing it with your whole body. For example, in a space where the floor is covered with water, you walk barefoot through the water. What appears ahead is a fantastical world where countless particles of light float in space. Among the foreign visitors, some have said it felt like they were participating in a mystical ritual, and others planned their trip to Japan just to come here, making it a destination in its own right. Moreover, spaces like the space where you live with flowers and the infinitely expanding mirror room make every step you take photogenic. Especially for the younger generation that values Instagram-worthy spots, it has become a truly dreamlike space. Many people resonate with the genuine sentiment of "it's busy walking while taking photos," but the scenery I saw with my own eyes was even more amazing. The surprise that there is a truly otherworldly space right in the heart of Tokyo. Additionally, the staff's hospitality is high, and they are well equipped to handle English, making it a point that is appreciated for allowing first-time travelers to Japan to enjoy their trip with peace of mind. So, in 6th place is the spot where you can physically experience the future of art Team Lab Planets in Tokyo. Now, we are at the halfway point in the rankings. Coming in at 5th place is the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route in Toyama Prefecture. The reason this place amazes international travelers is simply because the scale of nature is on a different level. When tourists who have experienced Japan's urban areas and traditional culture come face to face with this overwhelming natural beauty, they can't help but exclaim, "Is this also Japan?" The sense of scale and the grandeur of nature capture the hearts of many foreigners. The Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route is a scenic route approximately 37 kilometers long that connects Toyama Prefecture and Nagano Prefecture, crossing mountainous areas at elevations of around 3,000 meters by combining ropeways, trolleybuses, cable cars, and walking. The journey itself is truly an adventure, and particularly popular among foreign travelers is the Snow Wall Walk, where you can walk between massive snow walls that reach nearly 20 meters high. This experience is extremely rare in the world. with many voices saying, "It felt like walking through an ice labyrinth." Among the testimonials, there are many moving comments such as, "Surrounded by breathtaking scenery, I felt like I became a part of nature," and the experience of walking on a snow path that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world is a treasure for a lifetime. Furthermore, the Kurobe Dam is not to be missed. It is one of Japan's largest arch dams, and it is also developed as a tourist destination. The moment of water discharge is truly spectacular. The dynamic landscape where nature and human technology come together evokes both awe and amazement. Especially during the summer tourist season, the water spray can create rainbows, attracting travelers with cameras from all over the world to capture the moment. Additionally, from spring to autumn, the fresh greenery and autumn leaves, along with the pure white snow scenery in winter, showcase completely different faces of the Tateyama Kurobe region depending on the season. It's not uncommon to hear repeat visitors say, "I couldn't forget the scenery I saw in spring, so I came back again in autumn." The contrast of the four seasons is so vivid here that it is a rare sight even on a global scale. Additionally, a great point is that the signs and guides are available in multiple languages, and there are staff who can speak English, making it easy for international travelers to visit with peace of mind. The means of transportation are clearly organized, and traveling by trolley bus or cable car is as enjoyable as being in a theme park. It's an irresistible experience for travel enthusiasts who love vehicles. And so, in fifth place is the breathtaking route packed with nature, technology, and adventure, the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route. Now, let's move on to fourth place. This is one of the places that tourists from around the world name as a must-visit in Japan, that is, Fushimi Inori Taisha in Kyoto. The main reason for its popularity is the overwhelming visual of the thousands of torii gates that seem to stretch on like a movie set. Walking along the path lined with red torii gates gives you the sensation of having entered another world. On overseas social media, posts have been flying around, saying, "This is like a world of fantasy and I've never seen a landscape like this," which has quickly garnered global attention. In actual testimonials, many have expressed feelings like, "Walking through the Torii Tunnel made my heart feel pure and I was able to experience Japan's spiritual beauty through both sight and sensation." Fushimi Inori Taisha is the head shrine of Inori shrines across the country, and many people visit to pray for prosperous business and family safety. The depth of faith and the sacred atmosphere are very impressive to travelers from abroad. Many people experience a culture shock, thinking, "It's a religious facility, yet I can walk around so freely and it's so quiet and pleasant." Another way to enjoy Fushimi Inori is by climbing. In fact, behind the thousands of torii gates lies a mountain called Inariyama, which has a hiking trail to the summit. Along the way, there are scenic spots where you can overlook the city of Kyoto, and it's well received as it offers both sightseeing and a bit of an adventurous feeling. Along the way, there are small shrines and fox statues, as well as places selling omaikuji and charms, creating a sense of walking while accumulating little discoveries, truly the essence of a Japanese journey. Many foreigners express that there's always something to see and the quiet excitement continues, which creates an emotional experience, as it is not just a tourist spot but a place with a story. Additionally, the ease of access is one of the reasons for its popularity. It takes about 10 minutes by train from Kyoto Station, and the location right in front of the nearest station, with the entrance marked by a torii gate, is a very convenient point for travelers who want to sightsee in a limited time. So, in fourth place is the Fushimi Inori Taisha in Kyoto, where mystery and beauty, tranquility and adventure come together. Next time, we will finally enter the top 3. More spots that can be called the ultimate scenic views in Japan will be introduced. From the top 10 tourist destinations that amazed overseas travelers in Japan, we will introduce third place Mount Fuji view from Lake Kawaguchi in Yamanashi and second place, Blue Pond in Biei, Hokkaido. It is filled with the excitement of traveling and the genuine surprise of foreign tourists, so please look forward to it. In third place is the view of Mount Fuji from Lake Kawaguchi in Yamanashi. Mount Fuji, a symbol that Japan takes pride in worldwide. The most popular place among foreign tourists to enjoy that breathtaking view is Lake Kawaguchi in Yamanashi Prefecture. The charm of Lake Kawaguchi lies in the panoramic view created by the lake and Mount Fuji, A landscape that looks just like a postcard appears right before your eyes. Many foreign tourists are so captivated by its grandeur that they are left speechless, expressing their admiration with phrases like a beauty that leaves you at a loss for words and a scenery as if created by the gods. Why are you so surprised? The truth is, Mount Fuji isn't always visible beautifully from everywhere. Depending on the weather and location, it might not be visible or the angle might not be great. But the view from Lake Kawaguchi is perfectly balanced. The wide lake reflects the sky in Mount Fuji, and especially during early morning or sunset, you can sometimes see the reverse Fuji. This has become a hot topic among visiting tourists because it looks great in photos and on social media. Another popular spot among foreign tourists is the Kawaguchi-go ropeway. If you take it from the lakeside to the observation deck on Tanjo Mountain, the contrast of Mount Fuji and the lake scene from there is simply breathtaking. One traveler commented, "I came to Japan to see this view. Moreover, you can't miss the changing expressions of the seasons. In spring, there are cherry blossoms in Mount Fuji. In summer, lush green mountains. In autumn, a collaboration with colorful leaves, and in winter, the snow-capped silver Mount Fuji." It's no wonder there are many repeat visitors, as it shows a different face every time you visit. In fact, the area around Lake Kawaguchi is filled with stylish cafes, galleries, and hot spring inns, making it a great place to enjoy not just sightseeing but also your stay. You can also experience cycling and canoeing, which makes it popular among active individuals. This is definitely a must-visit spot for viewing Mount Fuji, and it's no wonder that foreign tourists at Lake Kawaguchi rave about experiencing Japanese-ness. If you haven't been yet, please experience it for yourself at least once. Next up, ranked second is the Blue Pond in Biei, Hokkaido. Some of you might be thinking, is the Blue Pond really that amazing? The point that most overseas travelers are most surprised by is the vivid blue. That seems unreal for nature. The Blue Pond looks like a painting. The color of the water changes depending on the weather, season, and time of day, but it is generally a milky light blue or cobalt blue. A magical and fantastical scene unfolds before you. A foreign tourist posted on social media, "It feels like I've wandered into a scene from a CG movie," attracting attention from around the world. The reason for this blue color is that the aluminum components contained in the Biei River create a structure that reflects sunlight easily. As a result, especially on sunny days, you can see a particularly beautiful shade of blue. In the pond, the dead larch trees stand quietly, exuding a unique tranquility and mystery. Foreign tourists visiting seem to be captivated by the serene atmosphere. No one spoke. We fell into silence with nature, and many remarked, it was a space where even sound seemed to be absorbed. In recent years, light-up events have also been held, and the Blue Pond at night is like another world. The Blue Pond at night is like another world. The pale blue pond and the silhouettes of the trees overlap, creating a beauty that goes beyond the word fantastic. The Blue Pond is easily accessible from Asahikawa Airport, making it perfect for a driving trip combined with the hills of Furuno and Biei. In summer, there are lavender fields. In autumn, the leaves change color, and in winter, there are snowy landscapes. No matter which season you visit, breathtaking views that are perfect for photos await you. This spot has rapidly gained recognition among foreigners in recent years, and is now frequently featured in overseas media as a mysterious natural phenomenon that can only be seen in Japan. This Blue Pond truly delivers a quiet shock. If you want to encounter the mysteries of nature, this is definitely a place you can't miss. Now, it's time to announce the number 1 spot in the top 10 tourist attractions in Japan that amazed foreign travelers. Among the many breathtaking views in Japan, the place that left foreign travelers exclaiming, "This was truly amazing," is the Shirakawa-go, Gasho-zukuri village in Gifu Prefecture. Why is this place so popular? The reason is simply that it is a place where the original scenery of Japan, as if you have wandered into a fairy tale, is still very much alive. Shirakawa-go is a historic village registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its thatched roof Gasho-zukuri houses. The sight of the houses lined up together truly feels like a time slip. Many foreigners are wide-eyed in surprise, saying things like, "I can't believe such a place still exists. And isn't this CGI?" The term Gasho-zukuri refers to a traditional architectural style characterized by steeply pitched triangular roofs that resemble hands joined in prayer. This is a way of life that has been passed down in this region for over 300 years, using wisdom to make it difficult for snow to accumulate in areas with heavy snowfall. Its functional beauty and simplicity captivate travelers from all over the world. Among the tourists who actually visited, some exclaimed, "It feels just like I've come to Heidi's village," and others were moved, saying, "The real thing is 100 times more beautiful than in photos." I heard that some people were moved to tears. The charm of Shirakawa-go also lies in the fact that it shows completely different expressions with each season. In spring, there are fresh greens and clear streams. In summer, the rural landscape spreads in the mountain valleys. In autumn, there are scenes of autumn leaves and rice harvesting, and of course, the most popular is the winter snow scenery. The sight of the Gasho-zukuri houses covered in pure white snow is said to be a symbol of winter in Japan, especially during the nighttime illumination event. Shirakawa-go, floating in the darkness, becomes so fantastical that it resembles a village from a fairy tale, and is referred to as the most beautiful winter landscape in the world. One foreign tourist remarked, "I transferred flights just for this, and it was 100% worth it." Another significant feature of Shirakawa-go is that it is both a tourist destination and a place of everyday life. Even while tourists visit, local people are tending to their fields, chopping firewood, and living their normal lives. The feeling of immersing oneself in real life is very fresh and moving for people from overseas. There is a flow of a simple and careful lifestyle that is not overly commercialized. Furthermore, some of the Gasho-zukuri houses have their interiors open to the public, allowing you to see old tools, folk crafts, and how the orori was used. Experiencing a traditional Japanese home firsthand, where you can feel the scents, sounds, and temperatures, becomes an invaluable time that cannot be replaced by anything else. Shirakawa-go is located in the mountainous region of Gifu Prefecture, so it takes a bit of time to access, but many people combine it with popular tourist destinations like Takayama and Kanazawa. For foreign tourists, it seems to be a journey to experience the charm of rural Japan, and they are very satisfied with it. A place filled with Japan's original landscapes, the wisdom of its people's lives, and unchanging beauty. That is Shirakawa-go. That is why travelers from all over the world remember this place as a highlight of their journey in Japan. Visiting Shirakawa-go will surely leave a deep impression on your heart. For those who haven't been yet, please experience the beauty of the atmosphere that cannot be conveyed through photos in person. And the first place is the Gasho-zukuri village of Shirakawa-go in Gifu. How was it? The 10 spots we introduced this time were all places that travelers from abroad actually visited and were truly amazed by. Looking back at the rankings, we have the historic atmosphere of Kakinadate in Akita from the Edo period, and on the other hand, the futuristic Team Lab in Tokyo. And then we have Shirakawa-go, which can be said to represent Japan's original landscapes, making for a wonderfully diverse lineup. What was particularly impressive was that each spot firmly embodies Japanese characteristics and uniqueness. Whether it's beautiful landscapes, historic architecture, coexistence with nature, or the fusion of art and technology, they stimulate the senses of visitors and provide experiences that go beyond being just tourist spots. Which is why foreign travelers are genuinely moved and feel, "I want to go again." For example, the view of Mount Fuji from Lake Kawaguchi is truly a sight that can be called a symbol of Japan. Foreign tourists were so moved by the sense of scale that cannot be compared to what they see in photos and videos that they stood there in awe. At Team Lab Planets, many voices expressed that it felt like they had come to the future due to the fusion of technology and art. Additionally, many foreigners were deeply moved by the fact that the traditional Gasho-zukuri houses in Shirakawa-go have been preserved as they are, and that people still live there today. It makes me realize that landscapes and cultures that seem ordinary to us, Japanese people, appear as miraculous views to people around the world. Looking back like this, I truly feel that there are still many amazing places the world doesn't know about throughout Japan. Among those who watched the video, there might be some who thought, "I've been there, but I've never seen it from that perspective." Or, "I definitely want to visit this place next time." Now, I have a question for all the viewers. Where was the place you most wanted to visit from this ranking? Also, if you have actually been there, Please share your experiences or thoughts in the comments. This channel is based on your real voices to plan future projects and video productions, so any small feedback is very welcome. And the next video will have a theme that is quite different from this one. It will be filled with surprises and empathy, making you say, "I didn't know that." So if you don't want to miss it, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button now. If you turn on notifications, you'll receive alerts as soon as new videos are released. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope your travels become more enjoyable and richer. See you in the next video. Bye bye. And have a great trip.